Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. My name is Emma and I'm so happy you clicked on my What's for Dinner video. I hope you like it. We'll give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Let's jump right on into this week's What's for Dinner video. For tonight's dinner, we are having lemon pepper pork chops and a corn salad. Here is everything you're going to need. We're going to start by making up our corn salad. In my bowl here, I'm going to empty 2 8.5-ounce cans of drained corn, 1 can, and 2 cans of corn. And we're just going to chop up some cilantro and throw that in our bowl. The cilantro is in. Now I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. 1, 2, and a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. A round of salt and a round of pepper. Gonna have some cherry tomatoes. Just gonna give this a little stir up. Then we're just gonna throw in our halved cherry tomatoes. Stir them in. Next, we're gonna chop up some red bell pepper. Now we're gonna add our red bell pepper. Stir that in. Now I'm going to add the juice of 1 lemon. Stir that in. Now we're going to dice up some cucumber and add that in. Stir that in. Now we're going to chop up half of a purple onion. Now I'm gonna add my purple onion and give it a stir, stir, stir. Then lastly, I'm gonna add some cheese. Give that a stir, stir, stir. And we're just gonna let this get happy and marinated while we cook up our pork chops. I'm gonna start by turning on my stove, of course. Adding a little bit of olive oil. And a teaspoon of butter. And we're just gonna let that heat up. Now we're gonna add our pork chops. Wash my hands. And then we're gonna season them on the first side with some of this Kinder's cracked pepper and lemon. Since there's lemon in the corn salad, I figured that would be good seasoning to put on our pork chops. And then we're just gonna fry these up on each side for about 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, now we're gonna flip them and season the other side and fry them up on this side for 3 minutes. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. Now I'm gonna flip them again, and then we're just gonna pop the lid on and just let them cook up on low for 5 minutes. And the pork chops are done. And here it is all served up. I have some mint jelly with mine to dip my pork chops in. Delicious. And for tonight's dinner, I'm preheating my oven to 400 degrees, and I'm just gonna get out 2 pieces of tin foil so we can wrap up our potatoes. I laid my washed potatoes down on the tin foil, and I'm just gonna poke holes in them, but I was scaring my husband. He thought I was gonna stab myself, so he wanted to take over, and he poked holes in the potatoes. Next, we're just gonna slather the potatoes with some olive oil. And then season the potatoes up with some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And we're just gonna rub that all over the potatoes. Then I just rolled up the potatoes in the tin foil and into my 400-degree oven. They are going to go for 45 to 55 minutes. Then while the potatoes cook up, I'm just gonna make my taco meat. We are using turkey. You can use ground beef, of course, but we decided to use turkey today. So I'm just gonna brown up my ground turkey and then I had a half of a taco seasoning pack left over from a previous recipe, so I just used that up. And then I had some pico de gallo in my fridge that I needed to use up, so I just added that into the taco meat, and that's it. Okay, my potatoes are done. So I'm just gonna cut down the middle and add some butter to the potatoes. And then I stuffed it with some of that ground turkey taco meat. Then on top of the taco meat, I'm gonna add some triple cheddar blend cheese, and then I'm gonna pop the potatoes under my broiler on high, and I think I did it for about 3, maybe 5 minutes, just until the cheese melted. And then here they are all served up. I just had some corn salsa left over from yesterday's dinner, so I served it along with the potatoes. But on top of the potatoes, we just did a dollop of sour cream and a little extra cheese. Delicious. For tonight's dinner, I added some olive oil into my wok. Then I cut up some Italian hot sausage into little bite-sized pieces, and we're just gonna cook those up until they are fully cooked. Once my sausage has cooked up, I added about a half a cup of rice on top of the sausages, gave that a stir. I'd already cooked this rice up. It was in my freezer. It was left over from a previous meal. Then I just have this vegetable medley, and I added that in, just gave it a stir, let it cook up, and I added some stir-fry sauce on top and just let that cook up, and that's all I did. Stir, delicious. And here it is all served up. I just served it up with some bread and butter. Delicious. For tonight's dinner, it's an oldie but goodie. We're just gonna make some KFC mashed potato bowls. I'm just gonna start by cooking up my Tyson chicken strips according to the packaging directions. While the chicken strips cook up, we're gonna make our mashed potato and the corn and gravy. For my mashed potato, I just like using instant mashed potato. I just cook it according to the packaging directions, and then I just add butter, some sour cream, and some milk. Once the mashed potatoes were cooked, I added them to the bowl that we're going to be serving up our dinner in. And then to the pot where I cooked the mashed potatoes, I'm going to cook up my corn. When the chicken was done, I took that out the oven. And then when the corn was done, I added that into our bowls with the mashed potato. And then with that pot that I cooked the mashed potato and corn in, I just heated up the gravy in the same pot. Easy, right? One pot. And then here it is all served up. I just sprinkled a little bit of mozzarella cheese on top, and that was it. Delicious. And that concludes this week's What's for Dinner video. I hope you guys liked it. We'll give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Come back on Friday for my Soup of the Week video. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. Bye.